Yo, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. Hip Hop Mighty live from Studio Square Recordings with a special guest who's in town for another day. And I feel bad because our city gave him the rain. When I was in his city, it was beautiful sunshine. C5 is out here, y'all.
What's happening?
What's happening, bro? It's a pleasure. My man.
Likewise, man. Likewise. Cool nigga, man. Cool dude.
Much love. Yeah, we've been talking a lot off camera. He's actually been hanging out for like 2 hours today. But I made sure that I didn't get too in depth with the project he just dropped. We did watch the video that he just dropped, which is crazy. If you haven't seen, you need to check for that. But let's take it back a little bit, all the way to Oakland, California.
Yes, sir.
Where does it start for you? Because you've been doing music for quite some time.
Right. Where did the music start, or?
Well, I guess.
Just in general.
Where would you say everything started? Because I think, at least for me, I don't know. I got into radio. People ask where that started. It was way different than like when I first considered like even being around the music industry, entertainment.
Right. Yeah.
What kind of got you to blossom to where you at now?
It started in middle school, you feel me? Like, I used to be off Lil Wayne, hella heavy, you know, like the mixtape era and shit. And just like, I love the way like that nigga just put together words, but like tell the story too, like those metaphors in there, and be telling us like really saying something, you feel me? So like, you feel me? And then I literally just picked up the pen one day, wrote to that Brown Paper Bag beat.
Okay.
Remember that DJ Khaled? That was my first shit. It's called Strapped Up. This is 6th grade, like 6th, 7th grade. You feel me? We recorded it, threw it on MySpace. That shit was going crazy. The whole middle school was fucking with it and shit. I was like, oh yeah, this it. Like, it just made me feel a certain type of way, like that everybody was fucking with what I had to say.
Gotcha. And it was the wordplay, like people was paying attention to the lines, or was it just something that?
It's the whole flow, the metaphors.
Right.
You know, I always be throwing them the metaphor jazz in there. So yeah, just everything, bro. And I just never stopped after that.
It's tough, like especially when you putting out a record that's over such a well-known record.
Yeah.
A lot of times people don't give it the attention it really deserves. So you must have did something special with that to just shine through.
Nah, you gotta make it your song if you hop on the beat.
Okay. And then you just started working at music, or was it like some time you doing it for fun? Like, when did you start taking it kind of serious?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I took it serious then. Like,
Off rip.
Bro, I was like 8th grade, 9th grade and shit, making like whole mixtapes and
Oh,
shit.
wow.
Like printing my shit out, like putting them in the little cases and like passing them out, like for real. Like I always took it serious, bro.
So
crazy.
it makes sense because I was reading about the dorm room.
Dorm flow, yeah.
The dorm flow, okay.
Yeah.
So dorm flow, on the one sheet it says that you produced it, you was recording yourself, you did all of this in your dorm room.
I ain't produce it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was.
You engineered
it. Yeah,
Gotcha.
engineered it. I was off like hella like YouTube beats and shit. I couldn't get niggas to send me beats. You feel me? So I just had to go on YouTube and just hopped on instrumentals too.
But that starts in like middle school with you first being like, all right, I recorded this, I put it on MySpace. I need to get better at engineering. Like, what made you kind of tailor it, or were you just putting out mixtapes? You was recording like, how do you record at that time?
So the first song is was a studio session we paid for. It was me and my cousin, Kente P, shout out Kente, and my other homie. So we went to the studio and we all like pieced in on the session. But I'm like, fuck this shit. I don't got bread. You feel me?
It's expensive.
Yeah, you feel me? I was like, I'm about to put up my bread to get like some studio equipment so I can do this shit myself. So I got a Rock Band mic.
Alright.
And then I downloaded this program called Mixcraft.
Okay.
Like, old ass cheap program. Yeah, I was in there, you feel me?
And do you just sync the YouTube? Was it a YouTube to MP3, or do you just have to record?
MP3.
Got you. And then you drop it in, you just start putting vocals over shit.
Yeah, I ain't had Pro Tools. Mixcraft was like a cheap Pro Tools. You feel me? Like $60.
Alright.
Yeah. And then I just never stopped.
So how many tapes did you put out, would you say, before it started becoming something that people was like investing in, or you make a living off of?
No, you said was I making a living off?
Yeah, you were at a regular job at the time?
Nah, I didn't. I like cut, like at this time, I was like, this was what, like 7th, 8th, I like cut mow lines and shit and do people yard, you feel me? Like shit like that. And then And then so like I probably put out, I had like 2 mixtapes. I just had hella songs on MySpace, and then around like high school, that's when I really like started getting into the streets and shit.
Okay.
You know, to like, you know, it's like selling dope and shit. So, you know, I wanted bread. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, and then
getting your life experience up.
My life experience. You feel me? Like in middle school, like our group was called the Fly Kids and shit. So I think we had a Fly Kids Volume 1, Young Fly Kids Volume 2, and then like I started getting in the streets and really going through shit. And you know, that's when the music changed.
What made you go to college? Because a lot of people that's getting into the streets don't pursue any of that.
I always seen the outcome in the streets. You feel me? It's either one or two ways. You feel me? You either gonna be in jail or dead.
Yeah.
And I seen that so much. So I'm like, you feel me? I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And then, you feel me, like, but I'ma still, like, do school and shit, because that's my ticket up out of here. I always, like, manifested since, like, elementary, like, yeah, I'm gonna go to college in L.A., I'm gonna go to L.A., you feel me? Like, I want to get to L.A., you feel me? But,
where did you go to school?
Cal State Dominguez Hills.
Okay.
Cal State Dominguez. But yeah, I just always knew, bro, it wasn't no future in that shit, you know. Even if you is trying to be like a get money nigga,
yeah,
you feel me? Which that's all I really want to do is get some bread. You know, niggas hate and you end up in some funk, or you know, you really end up in that shit. You feel me? So yeah, so I just seen the outcome, bro, and I just knew my ticket out was college.
And in Dominguez Hills, what did you take? Because was it a music program that you got yourself into, or?
Yeah, digital media arts.
Okay.
So it's like
so it applied to what you was trying to pursue, regardless.
Yeah, exactly. It was like everything, like engineering, you know, graphic design, photography.
There you go.
All around. But emphasis in like engineering.
So learning to engineer, that's what you picked up in college mainly.
Yeah, I already kind of knew, you feel me, from what
Mixcraft.
Yeah, Mixcraft. But then I did go to Pro Tools. So when I was getting some bread, you know, I ended up buying Pro Tools. I think this was like $500.
Was it hard to learn?
Cause it was kind of like, it was similar to Mixcraft. You feel me? So like, just different buttons. You feel me? It's more expensive. And yeah, so like I figured out how to record and all the shit. You feel me? Make myself sound a little good. And then and then I went to college, and it basically just elevated that, amplified it.
Okay. And then as you evolve, you put out Dorm Flows. How does that
do? So my first mixtape was Five-Matic though.
Okay.
Like a spinoff
of
Illmatic.
Freshman year?
This is my freshman year of college. Like I made it when I was in the streets though. Put it out in like my first year of college. Yeah. Five-Matic.
You was a fan of Illmatic. Is on the West Coast. I don't know. It catches me by surprise because I did take that even from listening to the recent music. I'm like, he doesn't really sound like a West Coast guy. You do have a record that I think referenced the Bay Area that you could tell clear as day from the Bay.
Fact.
But there's a lot of music that I was like, you could be from Chicago, you could be from New York. What was it about that particular project that you was like, I'm gonna reference Illmatic? And then why? I mean, that's the first one you put out being in college.
That was like my first like real put together mixtape.
Okay.
I put it out on Dat Piff. but like growing up, I was always off of East Coast, bro. I remember my mom's got me the Black Album for Christmas one time. She got me the Black Album. My first 2 albums, the Black Album and Outkast.
Okay.
The double CD. Which one was it? The Love Below.
Yeah.
And I really just resonated with that Black Album, bro. Even before that though, I just loved like East Coast music. Like it just felt more. I related to it more. You feel me? Like I fucked with the bass shit too, but East Coast is like what you feel me? Like I felt it.
Yeah, it's a different energy for sure. Had you been out here at all?
I hadn't.
So so you just hearing it.
I love it. Paid in Full, my favorite movie, bro. Every time, all time. Get Rich or Die Trying, fuck with it heavy. You feel me? All the Goodfellas, Bronx Tale, I love.
Well, yeah, especially being in the streets and shit, it's like it definitely paints a clearer picture. I think even people that's in the streets in the West Coast, there's a lot of gangs and there's a lot of shit that goes down. But like in New York, there's just the hustle is crazy. Like You know, so if you gravitate into Illmatic or to Get Rich or Die Trying, it's definitely, you got the hustle mentality for sure.
Yeah, that's what I loved about it, the hustle mentality. And my pops, he actually from New York, like Bed-Stuy,
Okay.
Brownsville.
Oh, he in the trenches.
Everybody say that when I say Brownsville, but yeah, but I never knew that side of the family. Like he had came out to California.
Smart man.
I never really did. And I never, like, you know, he was in and out of my life, but I had never met that side of the family till, like, was it this year? Yeah, it was, like, this year, or, like, end of last year. For the first time, I met some cousins and shit. Like, it was crazy.
Are they still in Brownsville? Have you been to Brownsville?
Nah. I haven't been. They in Canarsie right now.
All right. It's, like, in between. It's, like, I grew up, like, kind of by Canarsie, like Sheepshead Bay, and I would hang out in Canarsie a lot. And it's, like... It's weird because it's the hood, but it's like a neighborhood still. It's not like buildings like you'd picture in Brownsville.
Yeah, that's what they was saying. They was like, I was like, this for like Pop Smoke.
Yeah, that's he from over there.
They was downplaying it like it wasn't the hood. Like,
nah, it's the hood.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Well, you know what it is.
I guess they used to it.
It's working class. Like I think in Brownsville, with respect to people from Brownsville, they work, but there's a lot of people that's just chilling in Brownsville, collecting unemployment, running around the streets, like. Canarsie is like, you get a lot of people that work for the city, a lot of like people that they drive the trains, they do the buses, like at least most of the people I was around. My best friend lived in Canarsie, he worked for the fire department, so it's like you get some bread like to where you're not really running around the streets, but there's still, it's so close to the hood that like you could get into some shit.
Like Canarsie, it was cool.
So, I mean, take it back. So, you in college, you dropped this first project. What's the reception on that? Is it the same as high school? Because now you're in a whole nother place. Like, even though it's still California, LA and the Bay are like day and night. I mean, for people in New York, it's like going to DC. Like, it's a whole nother side of the West Coast.
Right. Facts. The project did cool. It did all right. It could have did better.
All right.
Like, I feel like it was a good body of work. But it was just where it didn't fit. Where I, like when I say this shit sound New York, it sounds New York. Like so, like you know, like I had some people back home that fucked with it. Like you know, I got some of my first fans from that project too. So, but yeah, it was good. It was a good project. But,
and then what was Dorm Flows about then? Because it sounds like that's the one that really started the momentum that you on now.
That's when I would say everything started picking up.
All right.
I mean, after Dorm Flow, like I had no like when I started the Dorm Flow. I couldn't get a beat for shit.
Yeah.
I probably had like one producer that fucked with me, and
did you decide like consciously to like pull back from the New York sound and start kind of trying to figure out how to hit the fan base that was around you, or was it just natural that you was like, let me try something different?
I think I started listening to like a mix. You feel me? So like it wasn't just New York. So then I got introduced to Nipsey.
Okay.
Kind of in college. You know
Interesting.
So I started slapping Nip, and then so on Dorm Flow, it's like a mix of both. And that's what like really kicked off my career, Dorm Flow, because I had the merch too. You feel me? I had the whole I had the whole college rocking to it. Like I used to be the janitor in my like student union. You feel me? I printed out hella copies of the Dorm Flow. I was just pushing around. I ain't know nobody in LA too. Like, so I was out there to the neck.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, like, I was getting homesick and shit. I wanted to leave, just go to my dorm and record. But yeah, I used to push the cart in the union, just passing my shit out. And they had come back after really listening to it. And like, I fuck with your shit. Like, that's how I really made all my friends, like, through my music.
Got you. It's like, that dude that's the janitor is nice as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. But I had the shirts, and the shirts started going, it was over.
How'd you get the shirts done? You had like a plug for that, or was that just from being in school and knowing about all the different ways to market?
I see the Dorm Flow is going, so credit project and shit. My boy Dylan reached out to me. He like, bro, like you should get some shirts. Like I'm thinking nothing of no shirts at all. Like no merch. Like you feel me? He like, you should get some shirts. Like I'm like, all right, like fuck it. Like so he said he made me like a sample and shit. Like I wore that motherfucker one time. Like everybody wanted one. So I'm like, print them up. You feel me? Like, and then I had the whole school where the president, the vice president,
Yeah.
man, like all the counselors had my shit.
Fire.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's crazy like how college could do that, because I think a lot of people, I went to 3 colleges, but I dropped out after a month each time.
Yeah.
Like, but every time I talk to artists, like I talk 24K Golden, I think he did stickers, and just everybody had his stickers everywhere. Like, so yeah, he had those stickers. It was like Pornhub or something. He's like, yeah, and I think there's something to do in merch in school, because people aren't just trying to wear like the cool shit. Like, people will support you, and like, especially if they see you around, it becomes like kind of like a campus thing, like a community thing, you know?
Facts. Like, I ain't gonna lie, school is probably like one of the best like places to network. You feel me? That's what I really think it is. Like, college is network and shit.
Well, if you do it smart, if you somebody like, I mean, you learn, I think, and I'm sure you've learned as you go through this industry, it's not so much of like, you know, where you're seen, but how you're seen and who you know. Right. And in school, it's like, yeah, and people see your character as like, I mean, as genuine as they can. Like, when you're in college, you can't necessarily just put on a fake image. Like, people see you every day. So it's like they get to know who you are, and you build genuine relationships. Fast forward now, you drop Dorm Flows. Is that where you start kind of getting recognized off campus? Is that when people start reaching out and trying to help you build the career that you have now? Because, I mean, you verified on the gram. I know you just shot a video that is very hard to fund by yourself.
By myself, for sure. Just been making it work. Oh, what was the question, my brother?
Well, is it like, does management reach out? Like, when does it become, like, you know, a team?
Real.
Yeah.
So I had management when I dropped Dorm Flow. You feel me? My boy from the hood, King Real, he was managing me. You feel me? He didn't like, you know, we both was fresh in it. He didn't really have the experience, but yeah, like, so he was managing me. So I had people reaching out. Yeah, I think every project I had, I damn near, other than Dorm, I think I had a manager. Yeah.
Okay.
Except for Dorm Flow 2, and I think Dorm Flow 2, and then the last 2 I just dropped, Interstate 5 and Swimming with a Pisces. I always had a manager. Yeah.
What was people reaching out about? Like, what were they asking?
I actually did. I'm sorry. I did have a
manager
for Swimming with a Pisces. All right. I didn't want to use something. What you was about to say?
Well, like, when do people start reaching out? Like, what are they kind of coming to you with? Is it like, we want to distribute Dorm Flows? Is it like, what's the next project? We want to get you a label? Like,
that's when I started getting beats.
Okay, so producers start hitting you.
Yeah, producers. I started getting shows. The first show I ever did, I opened up for Nipsey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that come full circle.
Right. Yeah, rest in peace.
He's an interesting dude too, like, especially when you tell us of like going from kind of liking the East Coast vibe, but still Nipsey's a West Coast dude, but he spits like a lot of real lyrical, like conscious.
Yeah, I like music with a message, bro. It make you like feel something, like you telling your story. That's why I feel like you really gotta go through shit to make good music.
Yeah, you must be a big Sean fan for days.
I fuck with Sean for sure.
I'm a big fan of Sean for those reasons.
But. Oh yeah? Yeah, I fuck with Drake heavy too. J. Cole.
You got it, for sure.
Yeah, you really gotta go through shit to make good music. It's crazy.
So you opening up these shows, is it just at your college, or you going off campus now and performing?
I'm going to like all the local colleges.
You everywhere?
Yeah, Cal State, LA, Cal State, Long Beach. Like, I'm popping up at I'm popping up at they open mics, and then I end up starting getting booked for them colleges too. You feel me? Like, got my merch in the bookstore. It was dope, bro. Like, college was a good time for sure.
Well, I mean, I told you off camera, but for people that don't know, you opened for Bryson Tiller, you've opened for Lil Uzi, mentioned Nipsey. Yeah. I mean, just those 3 are so diverse, and I think that says a lot about the music too, is that you were able to cater to all different types of crowds.
Facts. Now, yeah, you definitely gotta be versatile. But I feel like this last project I dropped is like, you know, like my other projects, I was kind of all over the place because I feel like I had to show my versatility so much. But I feel like this project, it's good to have a lane too. Like, this project was my lane. I finally
Swimming with a Pisces.
Swimming with a Pisces. I finally found like my lane. Nothing seemed out of place. Everything is so like, yeah, that shit is just so what is it? I can Decisive. What is it when it's like it all fit together?
I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, I was gonna say concise too. You got me bugged up. Well, where does that start? Where's Swimming with a Pisces? Like, was that always kind of in the back of your mind? Did you have records that you was like, this is gonna go on that big project, or how does that begin for you with Swimming with a Pisces?
I was doing. Started off with like a In My Fields project. Like, I was gonna call it In My Fields.
Okay.
But like that's kind of cliche.
Was you in your fields?
Yeah, I was in my fields. Yeah, I was just like in a lot of like fucked up relationships. So like it's a lot on there, and just experience life. You feel me? Other like family relationships. What I go through when I'm going through like my shit, like depression and like feeling alone sometimes. So that's what I wanted to just talk. I wanted to have a whole project where I was just kind of in that bag, and just would be going like introspective and be going on in my mind. And I came up with Swimming with a Pisces, like, cause I'm emotional, cause I'm a Pisces. So that's, emotional, sensitive. That's what we known for. You feel me? So it's been a journey, like finding myself and knowing how to control, like working on. I already know how to control my emotions, but like working on it and you feel me? Just all that, and just relationships and me not thinking the same as other motherfuckers, and just the way I think is.
Well, it sounds like you've been through a lot, like especially on a personal tip of like moving from where you're originally from, getting in tune with your dad's side of the family, going through the motions as far as like, finding your sound and what kind of music you wanted to make. Right. And then just to teach yourself all those things, because there's so many artists these days that's not really doing the painting. They're kind of just selling the painting, Right. So it's like, the fact that you out here, you engineering music, you got a good ear for the sound, that takes a while to develop. Right. I mean, you've been writing since middle school, so you got the wordplay down and the influences are all over. And then the live show, to be able to perform at colleges where they're very, like, they're going to judge you,
Right.
You finally, it sounds like, found a way to formulate all of it into this project.
Exactly. literally, right? Yeah, because I also had to, like, the college, I'm not dorm flow no more, so I had to kind of revamp everything, like revamp my image, like, but just not like just subconsciously doing it, But so I feel like I'm where I need to be. Like it's time. Like I found my lane, I found my image. You feel me? Like it's time.
So what's the feedback been? I mean, I know it hasn't been out like that long, maybe a week or two. What is Swimming with a Pisces like? How's the reviews coming in, and what other doors has it opened?
I ain't gonna lie, like this one been going crazy, bro. Like I'm getting all good feedback, and it's like I'm getting reposts from every song, like somebody has posted every song on the album like multiple times. So it's like the whole price, no misses on that motherfucker. Like you can listen to it all the way through. Got some great write-ups, Ear Milk, shout out Ear Milk, Real 92. What else we get? What's the other one? Flaunt. Shout out Shirley Jew.
Big up Shirley. Yeah. What up, Shirley? I see you.
I just had a billboard in Times Square. I got one in LA. I'm gonna go back to see that one. So yeah, bro, everything going good. Oh, somebody from Shade 45 was playing my shit.
Oh, word?
So, yeah, DJ. Hold on, I gotta shout him
I'm curious. I gotta find out. We in New York, Shade 45 right here.
Yeah, what's his name? DJ.
You know what day it was?
DJ Stacks.
Yeah. Big on my brother Stacks.
Yeah, shout out Stacks, man. Yeah, I ain't even know him. He was playing my shit. I was like,
Stacks the guy. So Stacks used to be on my show. I did a takeover show Thursdays, and I told you I DJ a little, but Stacks is like a DJ. Yeah, so he would be mixing. I'd be talking my ish. We was rocking every Thursday night. Big up DJ Stacks.
That's hard. Shout out Stacks.
See, that's a good dude too, especially in New York. You don't get the credit he deserves, but he be finding records. He put me on a Post Malone. He's behind the CJ record. He's a big part of why that started moving to Whoopty. Stacks is the guy out here for sure. Big up DJ Stacks, a heavy hitter.
The show found my shit. I'm like, I'm on Shade 45.
Well, you moving, bro. I mean, you're doing your thing, and you got great people in your corner. I mean, even shout out to my girl who set up this interview.
Shout out Laura and Lyric. Yeah, my manager Lyric. So yeah, shout out
Laura. Go crazy, bro. Laura know everybody like that's moving. I mean, she booking No Jumper and a lot of shows. So. I think you got a great thing going right now, man. You got a bright future ahead of you. And the video is crazy. You got to tell him where to throw the video. He getting tied up. That Issues video is something different. My man got kicked in the pool.
Oh, mama. C5 Issues, directed by Milo. Oh, no, directed by Lyric Perez. Shot by Milo. D. Martell. Featuring Kyle Banks. Produced by Ram. Mixed by Drew Mixed It. Yeah, go get that. C5 Issues.
Who came up with the ideas for that one? Was that your treatment or?
Nah, it was Lyric.
Okay, so Lyric was
Lyric
like
Perez.
she had the vision for it.
She had the vision for it, and we just all like we kind of winged it. You feel me? When we got there, like we kind of had like a base of what we wanted to do, and then we kind of all like constructed it there, like what we was gonna do, and then but Lyric spearheaded that for sure. Yeah,
no, that's amazing. Lyric. Y'all pulled it together, bro. It looked like y'all planned on that for months. It looked like there was a set. Like, I mean, you were actor damn near in that.
Right, nah, facts. I definitely want to get in my acting bag too. I don't want to just rap. I want to cross over to acting for sure.
What kind of roles you want to play?
I love paying them fool and shit.
Okay.
Like shit like that, or but not just. I don't want to seal into that anything, bro. For real.
Try different stuff.
Don't put me. I ain't getting no dress or none of that shit.
I got you.
That's what I'm not doing.
No thugger Jeffrey vibes. None of that.
Nah, not even like that. But you know how they like Big Mama House and shit.
Oh yeah,
like,
I got you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Shout out Thug. I fuck with Thug.
Nah, I fuck with Thug too, but I don't understand his style sometimes. My man is crazy.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
To each his own though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, I appreciate you taking the time today. Your story crazy, and I gotta sit with the whole album. But what I've heard is fire. Even sitting with some of the older music, like really go down the rabbit hole. Cause C5 go crazy.
C5, man. Make sure y'all tap in. At official C5 on all the socials.
Super easy to find. Search C5 on the Spotify, the iTunes, all that. My man, thank you so much. I hope you have a great trip back to LA. You know,
I gotta come back. I gotta come back.
Sunshine. Oh yeah, when you come here, we gonna bring you to get that jerk chicken in Brownsville. We gonna hit Rockaway, all that.
I don't eat chicken, bro. I'm pescatarian / vegetarian.
They got fish too there.
For sure.
What made you not eat chicken? You got allergies, or you just don't like it, or?
It was just making me like sluggish. And then my boy Trey, he was a vegan. And then like one time before a show, he was just talking to me about like 30 minutes about his experience, why he did it. And then like I'm real like disciplined, bro, and I could if I say like I'm stopping this, I can stop it. So I'm like I'm about to do it. I just went cold turkey. This is 2015.
Yeah.
This is 2015. I was like, no meat.
So never again.
Never again, nah.
God bless.
Never again.
I stopped with weed for a little bit, but I'm definitely going back to that.
Yeah, see, I stopped drinking too.
Okay.
Like, I used to be a heavy drinker. Like,
yeah.
And then I just seen like it wasn't really.
College in LA.
Yeah. College hadn't turned up, but then like quarantine really turned me up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like you drinking every day. You don't even realize
Chilling.
it. You feel me? Cause you just
it's always 5 o'clock.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm about to let my body know who is in control.
Smart
so
man.
I was like, I'm just cold turkey. I'm gonna cut it off. I did like 3 months. And then like New Year's, I drank a little bit. I got 2 on.
Yeah.
And I took another 3 months. And then I drank for the first time, March 12th for the Swimming with a Pisces release.
Got you. It's only right here and there, moderation.
Moderation. I've been learning moderation, bro. So I had a drink last night, but now I don't overdo it. You feel me?
Got you.
Like,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, you disciplined, bro. It's paying off clearly.
Nah, facts, man. Facts. It's a long grind, but it's all worth it. I'll never like lose faith in myself. Like every project is the one. You feel me? Like whether. Oh, I said that the last one. Nah, every time. You feel me?
What,
like,
you working on one now? You already on the next one?
Yeah. But nah, this one is the one. This the one right here. But yeah, I'm definitely like always working. I'm about to put out 4 projects this year, bro.
Wow. You working?
Flood the market, bro. Put that shit out.
Well, make sure y'all run up Swimming with a Pisces. Check the videos. C5, official C5. You know what it is. Hip Hop Make Convos here at Studio Square.